back to the channel. It is Natalie, aka Willoughby's, representing Team Luxury Games, and today we are joined by...
Hi, I'm George from Team Forbidden Mountain. Team The Forbidden Mountain, who knows?
Yeah. So today we are here at the Disney Lorcana Challenge in Chicago, and George, tell everybody what you accomplished today.
I finished my top 16 match about like 10 minutes ago, so if I look devastated, it's because I lost.
But congratulations, made nationals, top 16, a very impressive run from you. Before we get into the deck profile, just want to know if you have any shout outs that you would like to give.
Shout out to my team, they helped me prepare. I was going to be on Red Blue till like the last minute. I actually hung out with Sailor for like 2 hours and he was coaching me on Red Blue. So I was too much of a chicken to play this deck. But then I realized other people weren't going to be too much of a chicken to play this deck, and this deck beats Red Blue. And I kind of got the ball rolling that when I arrived at the end of my flight, that I was going to build some kind of red-purple deck and give it a shot in our team room.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Yeah, clearly it paid off, right?
Yeah, I did lose though. I can't forget that.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. Tell us what you're playing and why you played it.
So I chose Ruby Amethyst for this event because I'm kind of known as Ruby Amethyst one trick, I guess, and it's just a natural thing for me to go back to the bounce package and the same cards. But I noticed that the blue steel deck was getting increasingly hyped leading into the event. I don't know if it performed that well looking at the standings now. I think overall maybe it did, but I know a lot of people have messed with it. But I was confident that this deck was good into blue steel, and especially if I built it heavy on the red cards here and I played all this stuff, like lots of it, then I would be really confident in my blue steel matchup. There's some things I would change, maybe like a little bit lighter on the top end, but yeah, I think I have a good matchup into both the blue decks. I'm kind of bad into the mirror, but I didn't expect to see too much of the mirror, and I feel if I saw the mirror in Swiss, you can kind of work with it, maybe like skill gap them or something like that. So yeah, that's why I chose the deck. Green steel would be most people's concern, I guess, so that's something I should address. I just don't think the matchup's that bad. I don't know.
Really?
I played David Nunez, one of the most accomplished paper players in our testing group, and I went like 12. Maybe that's an exaggeration. Maybe like 8-6 or something against him. I won two times, 2-0. So, and then I eventually ended up meeting him in the tournament, and I actually beat him in the tournament as well in round 3 or 4. So he's great, and I figured if I could beat him, I could beat the day one Swiss green steel players. So my strategy against that deck, which people obviously are going to want to know because this is supposed to lose. So what I did was I would never play anything besides Chernobog followers on 1. And I wouldn't play it if they had Diablo. That's because Diablo could shift and sing Stormrage on, so that's why I wouldn't do that. So I played Chernobog followers first, going first. What led me to only play 4 1-drops is the fact I'm going all over the place. What led me to only play 4 1-drops is that putting 1-drops in play against green steel means they're stuck on the board. So I chose Chernobog followers because he can turn himself in for a card. Besides that, I wouldn't play any cards against green steel besides Brawl on Diablo and anything that says draw a card, like Loves and Sorceress, for example, or Rabbit, or Bounce the Rabbit. All these are plus cards in hand. You end up with more than you started with, or the same. Another thing I discovered that helped me with the green steel matchup is the mulligan strategy of always keeping friends on the other side. I feel the Ursula 2 lines are very beatable, and maybe the wisdom from last set in set 3 wisdom is that you can't have friends on the other side in your hand, because if you lose it and then you have to hit a Merfolk, your hand's almost empty already, and you start losing really fast. But you don't lose fast to this format's green steel. You just need to make it to be prepared, and that brings to the next thing. If Be Prepared survives in your hand with enough cards, you have like 3 cards in your hand and you Be Prepared, usually you're winning, because your hand will look something like, don't mind me messing up the thing here, but your hand will look something like maybe like this when you survive to the Be Prepared. And if you Be Prepared with these 2 cards left in your hand, if they take a turn off, you play the Rabbit. If they play their Go Infinite cards such as Beast or Diablo, you play the Medusa there. And that pretty much wraps up the matchup in my opinion. It's really easy. Especially like maybe if you didn't have the Rabbit and it got discarded or something. Where'd she go? Oh, here he goes. If you didn't have the Rabbit and your hand was something like, when you reach the Be Prepared, your hand's something like this over here. Be Prepared, Medusa, and you have the Castle. And then if they take the turn off, you would Castle. And then when they play their threat, and by threat I mean a card that allows them to get back into the game in terms of card economy, then you would just, you play your Medusa, kill it, and with Medusa the Castle. And that usually seals the game against green steel. So that was my strategy. Yeah. Just stay off the board, let them get the lure, because I believe the matchup's like pretty binary, right? You don't race them symmetrically where you're like both of you guys are going at the same time. Right. What you do is you win all at once at the end. And that was my goal, just survive to Be Prepared, and that's why my top end is so large as well. Sometimes you don't make it, you make it with only this, right? Right. And reliably, you need to draw into stuff like this, right, to be able to win. Of course, 4 brawls. I play like 6.5 brawls if I could get away with it, but the PPG guys are really strict at the tournament, and so I wouldn't try that. But I did want more brawl answers, but I didn't think any of them equaled brawl. So like the Peter Pan 3 For example, if people were hyping up, or Peter Pan's Shadow, I know some people were considering. Or another example would be Pegasus, the 2-drop inkable. I did get that brings me to another point. My uninkable count is pretty high here. I'm at 16, which is pretty high for this format, and or the way the game's going. And I basically the only one I could fit in, I guess, was Pegasus. If I thought about it that way, maybe I could cut this stuff, but I didn't want to. I thought these cards were great off the top, and also important for blue steel. Go back to that top end, since we're moving on from the green steel thing that I pretty much explained. I found I was losing to blue steel on red purple when they hit me with Smee like 2 times, and then that stupid aerial would live 1 time with diamond. I'd take 15 damage.
Yep.
So I decided that I was going to play maximum answers to that card as well. I feel it's a really easy way to lose to someone who, you know, that you should probably be beating in Swiss or something if you have a huge ego and you think you should beat the Swiss players. So I played all these answers to Ariel here. Hopefully moving the cards around is okay because it's been done at this point.
Yeah.
I put all these answers to the Ariel. Obviously this is not ideal because you kind of set yourself back a bit, but it's fine if you have castle in play.
Yeah.
Like if your castle's in play, it's going, you know, you're racing them. And so all these things are to deal with the stupid ward Ariel. And, you know, doing that in the deck building process helped me remember that it has ward as well, which is really difficult if you mostly play online because the ward cards glow blue on there. That was my strategy against blue steel. Just always have an answer for the aerial, go fast. This stuff is so toxic, this line against the blue decks.
Yeah.
Really hard to beat. And I think that the Flynn Rider into Sisu thing, it was too strong not to bring. I was a strong urge for me to cut the cantrips, so like the cards that draw cards. But I felt like cutting this would weaken my green steel matchup because I really want to play this and sing friends and stuff in that matchup.
Yeah.
So I felt like not having this stuff was weakening that matchup, and I did want to also not play bad 1-drops that couldn't refund themselves. So I switched my 1-drops to this thing. And that also allows you to have like kind of the dual modality in the red-blue matchup where you're able to do the old game plan of like spamming Maleficent Sorceress and Rabbit on the board and just drawing a million cards against them and always flooding the board.
Yeah.
If you didn't hit your Valencia run out.
Yeah.
Where I feel like if you have like a Olaf's and Minis in place of this or something like that, or even Pascal, you won't make it. They'll get you with the Caesar and you won't have enough cards left.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my plans pretty much in all the major matchups. The mirror match is what knocked me out, so maybe my plan for that one wasn't good. I won't share that. It was to lose quickly. I think this is great. The changes I would make probably, that's okay to say, right?
Absolutely.
The changes I would make is probably I would cut a Tremaine for another Baku or something. I like this card. Maybe I would do this if after this tournament. I expect green steel to die down a bit unless it wins. I don't know if it's gonna win, but I don't think it's gonna win. Unless green steel wins, maybe you can kind of be prepared because we can chill a bit and play like remove some of this stuff down to 2 Tremaines, put a BKU in, take a be prepared out, like do something like that. Maybe get the uninks down because I actually did miss ink in my 1 loss.
Oh, okay.
I quested my Chernobog and the guy attacked it. And I was like, what the heck? Pascal killed my Chernobog? You're not supposed to do that. You're an aggro deck. What's happening? And that was sad. The Pegasus. That guy played well and he made top 64 this, and maybe I'm wrong about that one.
No, but you played really well and you made top 16. You secured a Nationals invite. So thank you so much for sharing your deck with us. Congratulations again to George. Before we go, do you have any last shout outs you want to give?
I already shouted people out.
Yeah.
I don't got that many friends. Shout out to PPG. They ran a great tournament. Shout out to who else did shout out here? Or shout out to Ursi. Shout out to, that goes without saying. She's also on the team.
Yeah.
She's the stats man.
Yeah, there you
She's the
go.
stats man. Okay.
All good. You don't have to. We just like to
The
offer.
venue was great as
Yeah.
well. The venue was really great. The PPG did a great job with the event as well. Actually, I mean, it did end a little bit late, but and if I get like do I get like one complaint as well or no?
Sure.
complaint
Yeah.
on
Go
this
ahead.
Video? The format is getting worse every event. Like,
There you go. There you go.
we need something done about the format because what's happening is, you know, every time people are figuring out more and more things. I know someone that went 2 for 1, like agreed to play 1 game, like for like 3 rounds in a row.
Really?
Yeah, that's not good. They gotta fix
that's
that.
not good. All right. Well, thank you so much to George. Congratulations. Make sure you guys check out Luxury Games on all of their socials. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye, guys.